Whew. All right, guys. Welcome back to the cabin. Jen and I are going to try to get a little bit more stuff done today, like usual. Jen was doing some mulch and planting some stuff in the front hill. I'm cleaning the barn up because it's a disaster. And I have to get rid of these things. Oh my god. So guys, we had some mole problems last year. Eating my potatoes. So Jen bought these. They're little solar mole deterrents. AKA make Jason lose his sanity. There's like 20 of them and they all go off. It's like listen to a kid play the harmonica. I don't think they turn off. Oh, they do. I did not realize they turned off. Alright, I'm turning these off right now. Yeah. We had these last year, and I took them down because they were driving me insane. There's just certain things that drive me insane. And that was one of them. But we put them back up because a couple of our tomatoes got like bit off at the roots or at the base. And I wasn't sure if it was those worms or grubs that do that or if it was moles. And there was definitely a mole track going over the road like every morning. Because I run it over every time I go out down to camp. But we also put them back up because we had so much bear action. We thought maybe it'd keep the bears away. But I don't think it has. Because we've seen the bears. Because we've seen the bear a couple times up here since we put them back up. So that was the thought. Maybe we'll put them up like if we leave or something. I don't know. I can't listen to them anymore. Anyway, I would rather bear eat my face off and grubs eat my entire garden than listen to those for another second. Anywho, Jetty came over here this morning. I was working on the barn, and she goes, "Did we ever close those tanks down that we installed yesterday or the other day?" I said, "I don't think so." But it doesn't do us much good to have all this beautiful new rain catchment. Rain catchment from the Sugar Shack and greenhouse if the tanks aren't closed. So, good job, honey. So
otherwise, all the water would just flood everything.
If it flood my Sugar Shack out and wash everything out, we'd be screwed. So anyway, we're gonna hook those up to it. We're gonna close the valves or hook them up and put them together so they can fill up together. Let's get this hooked up real quick, and then we'll get on with our day to the next project. Let's tell them about those lovely mole deterrents that I love so much.
Better than letting all your hard work go to waste.
No, it's not. That's what I was telling them. I said I consider going back on grid. It was driving me so crazy. Jen orders these connectors on Amazon. She always has the links to the stuff we use in our videos and the stuff we use the most in our videos, regardless if they're shown in every video. So if you guys see something hanging around in our video that we have used or are using, make sure you check out the description box because there's links in there. Some of them are Amazon links. All of them are affiliate links, so they do help our channel. These just crimp on to the tank, and they have a hose bib, and then we can connect the tanks together. As long as they're clean-ish. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that works. Feels tight. You're supposed to pull these pins off and put them back here so these cannot open. Not entirely necessary, but might as well put them on there, I guess. I'm gonna put one over here. Alright guys, so little pins go in here. These have to be pulled forward kind of simultaneously. It works a little bit better. We got these. I couldn't find them at a garage sale like we did before, but they were clearanced. They were $5 a piece. We may use those ones, we may use the other ones, I'm not sure. So we use also from the green store or any hardware store, you get these Ys. Basically, we just use a Y so we can put a hose off of one and then connect the other. We'll show you that. Make sure your gaskets are always in there. These are plastic, so you want to be careful to make sure they go on correctly. Don't strip them out. Alright, there we go. Again, probably not food grade, but we're not drinking this water. This is all going into the gardens, 90% of it, so 99% of it. And we have good filtration systems that will clean this anyway if we did take it to the cabin. So these have a double female end on them, so that way we could connect these two tanks. Make sure your gaskets are in there, or your washers. There we go.
Make sure this one's open, right?
Yep, this one, we gotta open this tank. And then we gotta open this Y. So water comes into here. We gotta open this tank. And then we're ready to go.
Now if it rains tonight,
The water will come. Water will come from our gutter down into this tank.
mm-hmm.
And then slowly siphon or like flow into down through this valve, through the hose, and then into this tank.
Yep, and these two kind of balance each other out slowly. Like this one will fill up, you know, they'll have equal amounts of water in them.
Yep, because they're level and because they're connected at the bottom, they fill up evenly. Now, if we have like a torrential downpour and this tank fills up, it might overflow before it all goes into this because this is a like 1/4 inch hose, you know, really small 3/8 1/4 inch hose. But after an hour, they even out. A lot of people poke holes at the top of the tank and then it like overflows into the next one. This works best because they fill up simultaneously. I keep saying I'm going to swap all these washer hoses for hoses and connectors that are PEX, but I just haven't done it yet. / it's a lot of fittings and stuff to buy. The fittings that are different like that at the green store, they're always like $6 a fitting, so I need like dozens of them, like a dozen or two of them. And yeah,
This works good.
This works fine. If we were drinking our water right out of these, you know, food grade hoses would be a little bit more important. But yeah, simple, easy project. Let's go get the tools out and see what else we're gonna do today. I don't know what time it is, but I was working on the barn, getting stuff organized. It's just a hot mess in there. We work with a lot of companies and just have a lot of stuff, so it's constant in and out. But let's go get some tools out and see what we're gonna do today.
At least try to get the soffits done and the nests out of the...
Yeah, we got the starlings or different birds are building nests in the back of the cabin. So while there's no nests or no birds or babies in there, we need to get that.
Get it out and protect it.
Yep. So let's get over there and start that. because we're doing longer pieces of wood, might be able to bring that table saw out. We can use the table saw to cut. All right, guys, we're going to try to get this issue fixed on the cabin. We got to get some gutters up, get the soffits closed up. We did not finish this last year, and we had some trespassers. We have a 3-inch gap here along the edge of the soffit, and you can see birdies made their home. So we're going to get this closed up today, and we're going to try to get onto this as well. This soffit's been open as well too, and that's kind of like a recipe for disaster because squirrels and mice and stuff are going to start crawling up in there if they haven't already.
Shooter one. Huh?
Turn it off.
Oh, okay. There you go, guys. It's raining and 2 more tanks are filling up. It's pretty exciting. It's an extra 500 gallons of water we'll have. And all the plants are getting free water. Win-win.
All right, guys, take 2. We were out here getting ready to do this project, get the soffits and gutters done on the mini cabin, cleaning out that bird mess from the back, and a nice little rainstorm came in. So pretty much filled up most of our totes. So anyway, we're going to get out the rest of the tools again, get everything back out again that we had out yesterday, and get this job done today.
Good boy.
Look at that. Gonna use my new pusher.
We've had it since fall, but we haven't really used
we
any.
didn't really use a table saw much.
So that was from Craig.
Nice. Thank you, Craig. You may have saved my fingers from unpleasant demise. Did Jen show you my good find at the garage sale? Finally, after 7 years or 8 years, got a long, builder's square, like a big one. A 12-incher rather than a 7-incher. So
he's suffered through, been too stubborn.
Yeah, too cheap.
How much are they brand new?
I have no idea.
Like $5?
They're probably $20 for a nice one, you know, a metal one. Anyway.
Hopefully it doesn't rain, guys. Because we got to get this done so the birds don't try to move back in.
I need to get it done. It's starting to rain. What the heck? We asked for rain and we're getting it. We're getting it.
What, like right here, right here?
Yeah.
One of these thingamabobbers? Blockers or whatever.
7 1/4. It needs to be 3 1/4. Watch that thing for a very long time. All right. Ah! Run! It's some crazy, wicked lightning storms.
And like intense thunder last night.
Yeah.
It thundered at like 4 a.m. and it woke me out of a dead sleep.
Yeah. But the solar survived. Nothing got struck by lightning, knock on wood. It'd be pretty sad to watch all that equipment get fried. Oh shit. Fine. 'Crappy part about it is all these tanks are full, but the ones on the greenhouse are still half empty, so I was going to transfer some water, but I didn't think it was going to rain anymore. It's only going to rain for 2 minutes here and there today, right? Maybe.
We'll find out.
Maybe.
Maybe we should go run and connect some tanks right now. Just let it gravity feed.
That's good. Five and a half. So it should be a 2x6, like I said.
Almost looks professional. Training again.
All right, guys, that's one small step done. The back of the cabin is done. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's done. Well, we got
to put a piece of metal on this side.
Yeah, gotta get a piece of fascia metal, but it's raining again, so we're gonna give it a few minutes here. We're getting kind of drenched.
We can work on like light sprinkles, but this is getting a little heavier. Yeah. Then it makes it cold.
Yeah. So, and it's only 65 today. 120 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to cut this still, so I just want to kind of like set it up here and see what it looks like.
Okay. Looks good.
I can put a little piece of trim right here. Maybe one on that side. I'll grab the tape measure real quick. Alright guys, we got the soffit done on this side of the cabin. It looks pretty nice. I trimmed it out and it looks good. I'll show it to you here. But we didn't get a lot of angles of it because, well, there's only a 2-foot deck here. So you just be looking at my butt or Jenny's butt. I don't know which one you'd rather look at. But
we all know who they'd rather look at.
But it looks pretty good. You know, we have a little bit of mismatch of colors of soffit metals and this and that, but if it ever bothers me, I can come back and paint stuff, I guess.
No one looks at the soffits.
Yeah.
It's more just like
this one blends in with the wood a little bit better. The other one was just free because neighbor John had it and wasn't using it. He had it left over.
That one blends in with the white part of the roof, though.
Yeah.
You see the roof over there.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But check, like Jen said, no critters, no birds, no unwelcome guests, right?
Correct.
One thing we did do wrong is we didn't cut this fascia to be plumb up and down. So putting a gutter on this is going to look a little goofy too, but we need to put a gutter on here because it's like beating up the deck and the siding at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to put it up there at an angle, I think. We could maybe put a piece of wood at the bottom and kick it flat, but I don't know if we're going to do that or not. So let's just try to get it up there right now and see how it goes. So,
I think the gutter should run this way and then should just go out high and then down, because then the tank's here and easy to access if we need to transfer water anywhere.
yeah. All right, guys, we're taking the water to the back of the cabin, and a water tank can sit underneath the deck nicely. Jen wanted to do it up here, and for the first time in 16 years, I convinced her to change her mind.
Your pie hole.
I would have had to dig out like 400 pounds of dirt and compromise the foundation up here. Back there, I could just move like 3 inches of dirt and slide it underneath the deck. And then all the gutter stuff is in the back, so you can't really see it as much. It's not sitting right here in our face.
It's time for another job with J&J Gutters.
J&J Gutters.
I had to convince Jay to make sure we still had a rain tank for it, because he was just fine letting it go down the hill, and we can't just waste water. So
On this one?
yeah.
Oh, I wasn't gonna forever not.
Okay, then what? In 5 years we'd put it up, just like with the trim in the cabin. We'll do it one day.
Yeah.
So he's got to go down and get the tank. We got to go down and get the tank after we get the gutter up.
Are we gonna steal the one from the shower house, or are we gonna use the 330? The 330 might be too tall. The one we used to take to the river is a little bit bigger, I think. Anyway, on that note, guys, there's some new people here recently, and there's a lot of people who've actually been unsubscribing from our channel for the last 6 months. I think it's because Jen and I banter back and forth. I hope you guys all know that it's all in good fun. You know, we're a little bit smart alecky to each other.
But we're not.
Yeah, we're just
I don't
messing
know.
around.
People say like we're abusive or stuff towards each other, and
I might call her a dum dum, and she calls me a dum dum once in a while. But it's not like
not
we are.
like,
it's not like we're literally beating each other up at night.
yeah, we don't like take it to heart. It's just a moment. We're quite literally together 24/7. My brother just commented about this because he said it's actually like really impressive because we
that we're both still alive.
Are together all the time. We work together, we live together, and because of this lifestyle, we pretty much hang out together.
And when we go downstate and see family, we're with our family together.
Or our friends are a lot of the same friends, so mutual couple friends. So
we hang out with us. So
we're just together all the time.
Your brother's a smart man.
So we're just we don't hate each other. We love each other,
but we do.
You all need to relax a little.
Well, 90% of you guys are awesome. You know, the 10% that think we're being mean. It's just, I mean, we are kind of being mean, but it's just
like 2 seconds.
2 seconds of frustration,
and I'm sure you all get frustrated with your husbands and wives or partners or children.
La-di-da. So anyway, all right, let's go. Let's put this gutter up. I just wanted you guys to know we love each other and we're good. And I hope everyone takes everything lightheartedly.
Even though Jay's wrong like 97% of the time, and I'm only wrong about 3% of the time.
See, now we talked. Now we're gonna get rained on.
Right, there's lots of dark clouds, but we're gonna get this up. We're pros now. So it's got to be high on your end and taper down this way.
Oh yeah, we didn't even do that yet. Let's just wing it this time. Let's just wing it this time and see if it works out.
And then when it doesn't, what are you gonna do? Cry about it?
Yep.
Play your tiny violins and Donna?
Yep. Raining, it's just the wind.
I don't know. I think it's about to rain. Well, guys, I'm happy to say that our gutter installation is working well. You can see the water is coming out of the gutter. Our gutters are working good, that's good, but yeah, we're getting all wet again. Just needs like 10 more minutes of gutter stuff and then we would have been done. We yacked a little bit too much.
Yeah. And blah, blah, blah too much would be done and it would be dry. It's working.
Yeah, so I showed them. It's going all that way perfect.
Good. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully those tanks over there are filling up. All the other tanks are like full, which is really a wonderful thing to have happen. It's all my fault it rained because I put the bath towels outside.
I yelled at you when you said that. You're like, ah, it's your fault.
Last weekend it rained, guys. I hung my swimsuit and towel outside and it started pouring. And today I thought the sun was going to be out because he told me it was. And guess what? They're soaked. I've got 3 bath towels outside and they have so much water on them.
Alright guys, just try to get this wrapped up today so I don't have to make this into a 3-day project. 2 hour, 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours worth of work, and it's going to turn into a 3-day project if I don't get it done in the rain. I don't want a 3-hour job to turn into a 3-day job. That's how it happens sometimes. That's how it works. You don't always have a choice. What are the chances of that?
How do you keep that like flat against the house, do we?
With the straps I told you that we don't have.
Okay.
But the piece of stuff we put through the deck is going to be pretty far down into the deck, and I'm going to try to make the hole tight. So you know, we're going to have to get a strap.
Okay.
It's fine. Definitely going to be too long, but
You cut it off down there?
well, the problem is we get stuck on the house.
Maybe you can go down there,
There we
or?
go. There we go. I can just cut it down there once
Okay.
I know what way to eat it, you know.
Yeah. You check another one on the ground,
Yeah, my
sucko?
fingers aren't working real well when they're cold and soggy. They're like working like half capacity. Plus I'm just rushing to get done before the next batch of storms comes through. Did it go down a crack? Or
No, it's still. These,
there we go.
this deck hasn't shrank as much as the other one
Where's that?
did. It's
Oh, there.
right there. Looks good though.
Look at that. Pretty cool. And we got all the soffits in the eaves done. So
Yep, and this is all
only
stuff
thing
we
didn't get done is that one piece of metal there. So I'll do that tomorrow too.
We'll do that real quick tomorrow before we start on the next project tomorrow.
Yeah, my fingers are getting wrinkly.
But yay to getting things done that maybe should have been done last year.
Yeah, get it done. At least it gets done and just sit here forever.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? And hopefully the sun will be shining.
Dinner time.
A little bit warmer.
It's going to be 75 tomorrow. I don't know about sun, but I know it's going to be 75.
It didn't show any sun, but it also showed it being sunny today. So you know how that goes. All right, guys.
See ya tomorrow.